When you're going to Las Vegas, you might want to prepare yourself to look really, really cool. Oh God, I look terrible. How do you do that, you might ask? Let me show you. All you do is watch Casino Royale 1,000 times until you can master this little trick. Huh? Yeah.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's Beer of the Day is brought to you by Lone Pines Brewing out of Portland, Maine. Really, no fun way to say that. This is called Cloud Cake Milkshake Double India Pale Ale. Sitting at 8% alcohol by volume, this is your traditional hazy IPA, as you can see here by the nice thick haziness, brewed with a little extra lactose, and I want to say brewed with some burnt sugar, because this has some very floral, traditional, citrusy, upfront IPA taste to it, but a very strong, creamy back end that coats your mouth in this fantastic sugary cake sugar mouthfeel, to where if you close your mouth and you exhale through your nose after your first sip, it tastes like you just had a piece of cake. Really, really fun flavor profile. Very excited to drink this beer. This is going to be a 4.25 out of 5. Cheers to you guys.
Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about SCP and our XaMiners. If this is your first time on the channel, please take a moment to consider subscribing, turning on that bell notification, and liking this video. Now, we've got some exciting news that we want to go over today. We've got some updates, and then we've got some updates to updates about SCP and XaMiners. Also, we want to emphasize that we will be in Las Vegas from the 23rd, which is this Saturday, to Wednesday the 27th, hosting the YouTube content for SCP at their booth. They have invited me to come out and be their channel personality, and just to kind of get some good footage for you guys that we'll be posting on their channel with some updates on my channel as well. So if you're in Las Vegas around that time, we will be there. We can certainly have some meetups. You guys can pop by and see me at the booth, or get on stream, or go through and I'll be recording some footage from the floor for my personal channel, and maybe come hang out and have a beer with your favorite nerdy dude stuff. So without further ado, there are going to be some updates that we are going to cover that are going to be coming out of NAB 2022. Very excited about the platform. A lot of stuff that we've talked about before that just kind of seemed to go over people's heads, which we're going to address today. Well, you know what? We're not even going to beat feet around it. I always talk about this being an incredibly profitable miner, and probably one of my favorites. And a lot of comments are saying, man, this really isn't worth it, especially with XaMiners and like the Juicy Miners, where they're like, oh man, I only made like 10 SCP for a month. Doesn't seem worth it to me. That's because the product is not live for sale. SCP and XaMiners are a decentralized storage-based platform to compete with the likes of Amazon and so on and so forth, but they haven't started selling the opportunity to large companies and investors to store their data, so that's why the mining results aren't that solid right now. All the mining results that we are getting are from the testnet platform. The more and more of these devices that are coming online, they've been testing the storage and the capabilities and moving that around, and the payouts and the incentives program, which is on a decrease. They've supplementally decreased it the more and more people came online. Otherwise, all of the tokenomics would have been blasted out 100% before this product even went live. So that's why a lot of the comments I've seen saying I haven't seen these returns that I've been boasting about or bragging about, you're not going to see them just yet until the actual product goes live and they start selling the data packages to people, which will, I believe, be announced at the NAB event. So make sure you stay tuned to their live stream. But we've got a lot of other interesting stuff to cover on today. So if you've got yourself an XaMiner, there's some cool updates. If you got yourself do-it-yourself, like one of the Jused miners, there's some cool updates to kind of bring them all together cohesively to essentially make a Jused miner and XaMiner get all the same benefits that I get with my XaMiner, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's jump over to the computer screen and take a look at some of that and go from there. All right, so if you are interested in SC Prime and mining that beauteous token, we've done plenty of videos on that before, but in a nutshell, basically you want to grab yourselves one of the official XaMiners, which is listed here. Join their waitlist. They have two options, 16 terabyte and 64 terabyte. Really great customer service. They come with a rebate, blah, 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 blah. Done a video on that before. Or you can grab yourselves one of the do-it-yourself custom pre-builts that Jused or Jused or whatever we call them builds. Links for that in the description for ways to save on that as well. So that's the miner itself. Now, what's really one of the big updates that I wanted to bring into awareness, in case you guys aren't a part of their Discord, is licenses. Now, what the licenses are for are devices that are like the Jused miners, that do it yourselves, that instead of having to come up with your own operating system or dashboard, they are selling licenses officially from SCP that will then give you all the benefits and the perks that we get from XaMiner. So there are some big announcements on that. You can head over to XaMiner into their product page and you can look at the licenses that you have. Basic version 99, full version $450, standard version $220, and these are lifetimes. There's also warranties and stuff like that. So what's the benefit of these? They will then transition your do-it-yourself miner into the actual dashboard experience of the XaMiner, which is a really nice and unique dashboard, and we're going to pull ours up here so we can see that. Here's our dashboard from our actual XaMiner right here. Everything is in a nice, neat little package for you. We've got our financials, we've got our address, we can send our tokens from here. We've got to make sure that lets the ports know that they're open, all of our transactions, and then you go into your statistics over here, and everything's nice and neatly bundled up for you to show how much capacity you have that's available for sale, how much you're currently using, the last time it was scanned to verify that you were up, the incentive rate that you're getting, and the uptime here, and your status as well. You always want to make sure you go for 100% or a 95%, or I think it's 96% or better uptime with these devices, and that way you will get the incentives that are decreasing as time goes on for those early providers. And then of course you could see here other opportunities to earn and how much you can get from there, current month incentives, yada yada yada. So that is one of the updates that they came out with that I hadn't covered on my channel due to times, was that these licenses are now available to purchase and to include on if you build your own device, or if I think Jused is doing something to include the basic software license on his do-it-yourself models that you could purchase, so that will come with that. So if they are out on the SCP, the XaMiners, you can participate and get all those benefits with the Jused miners. So really, really nifty there. Now, another thing that's also nifty, and this is something that kind of pertains to someone like myself, who I've got my XaMiner, and I also have one of the 2 terabyte Jused miners and a 12 terabyte Jused miner. And those have been provided out to me before the licensing updates or anything like that. So I might want to make them XaMiners and get official support and coverage and assistance from the XaMiner and the SCP team. This caught my eye right here. A couple of notes on licensing to assist folks in advance of full speculations in detail. All XaMiner owners will receive 1 free standard license to use on any other device. The XaMiner itself is already licensed and does not need any purchase. That speaks for itself. Licenses will have full upgrade paths from basic to standard to full. Licenses will be able to be one-time purchases at full price, and they might choose to make standard and full versions into subscription models later for, like, you know, in case you can't just plop the 220 or the 440 down immediately, so that way you can get everything there. And then licenses are transferable. So that was a big announcement and update that I think is really, really cool, because not only does that add value to your devices, so let's say right here we pick up this $3,500 64 terabyte device. Not only are we getting 42.5% rebated back in the SCP token, so if we do 3,500 times 0.425, we are getting refunded back 1487.5 of that cost in the SCP token, but add an additional 220 as that free license you can put on another device, or if you have an old computer or something that you want to provide storage with, you can then convert that into an honorary XaMiner, I should say. That now brings up the value of purchasing this, and basically refunds and rebates to $1,707. So pretty much 50% off the device in value, and everything increasing there. So those are the main updates that I just have that I've been meaning to go over for quite some time, was the licenses. If you participate in the AMAs that SCP holds, that was something that we talked about a while ago. I just never provided coverage on my channel for you guys that have XaMiners or Jused Miners, and I really was not doing my due diligence in what I owe you guys. So the next big chunk of updates are going to be coming out during NAB, which you see here, April 23rd to April 27th. I will be there. Hopefully some of you guys can pop by and we can say hello and have a beer at some point during the day or the event or after the event or so on and so forth. So I really look forward to the coverage and the information that we'll be able to provide on the SCP YouTube channel and the Nerdy Dude Stuff YouTube channel as well. So really looking forward to this. Hope to see you guys out there. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Discord, Telegram, or Twitter. If you are going to be out in Vegas and you want to have a chance to hang out or say hi or anything like that, I might make a temporary Discord channel for the Las Vegas trip and check that routinely, and that's where we can be in communication. So make sure you join our Discord with the link in the description below, and then look for that Vegas sub-Discord so that way we can be like, oh, hey, I'll be at the Aria Bar in 20 minutes if you guys want to hang out. I just got a new laptop today. I got an HP Omen with an RTX 3070 in there, so that way I can bring some really good streaming content while I'm in Vegas and when I start doing these meetup events. It's something I've always wanted to do, so I got that really nice strong laptop so we can continue providing you great content on the road and maybe even continue streaming on Twitch while we are away from home. So other than that, thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, like this video, maybe become a channel member, follow us on Twitch, all that good stuff. I'm O'Prius. We'll see you guys next time. Before I forget, don't forget to watch yesterday's video to find out how you can win a free NFT from World of Freight. That does give you some passive income, and we are going to be announcing the winners in tomorrow's video, which will be Friday, April the 22nd. So go watch this video, figure out what you need to do to enter yourself to win this NFT. It's like a $250 value, and yeah, good luck. Oh, hey guys. We also stream over on Twitch, so if you want to hang out and join us, link in the description. You can follow us, twitch.tv/nerdydudestuff1. Really love to see you guys over there. And also other social media information is in the description of this video. So we'll see you guys next time.